On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Women are more
Exactly.
emotionally
I agree with you 100%. But when it comes to children, you should always think logically.
No,
Always.
women don't even think logically when it comes to the man that they with, which is one of the reasons why they get with the wrong man a lot of times, because they become emotionally attached to that guy, which allows them to overlook a lot of different things and a lot of problems that is associated with that guy. And as a matter of fact, we know that women hope or they look to upgrade a man, or they, you know what I'm saying, they date based off of what they think they can change a man into. And all of that goes against, or it flies in the face of logic, right? It flies in the face of them looking at things just logically. But at the same time, women are emotionally attached, and that's one of the reasons why they cheat in the first place. So you can't say, well, women need to divorce themselves from the idea that they shouldn't be emotionally attached to the kids and start thinking logically. That doesn't make sense.
Go ahead, Lodge. Speak. Rilla, go ahead. You back. Go ahead. Speak on it, bro.
Rilla need to put it back up so he can read it one more time.
Oh my God.
Not again. Come on, Rilla.
Hey, Q.
Rilla seen it. He seen it.
Q, how about you go to bed? How about that?
I can go because it's single day Mayo.
Hey, shout out to your baby bro too. Shout out to him.
Oh, thank you.
Kudos to him. Man, I was really trying to wrap my mind around that, man. I think it's the exact opposite. I think maybe that's what people do in their 20s, but when you grown, hey man, dudes is sitting up here like, hey, dudes is sitting up here with options. It's one of the reasons why women keep saying, oh well, he's stepping out, or he doing this, or he doing that. It's one of the other reasons why we say, hey man, if you feel like you got to step out on her or whatever, let her know up front. Ain't nobody trying to find no reason to complain and nitpick with you.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
A lot of these dudes like, oh, I don't need you, let the welfare feed you. A lot of them. And if they keeping some of these females around, it's really just to bust them down. Now, women, I'll give you that. Some of y'all women, and unfortunately, well into your 30s, are still trying to plot exit strategies and just instead of just telling the dude up front, I'm not feeling this no more. I don't want to be here no more. And ladies, y'all do start finding little things to nitpick at. When y'all ready to leave the relationship. Y'all do. Everything that was cool before, or everything, okay, say if I leave the toilet seat up. We didn't work past that. Now, all of a sudden, it's super exaggerated. I done told you about the toilet seat. Why you just can't put the toilet seat down? I don't want to go in the bathroom and have to put the toilet seat down all the time.
Nah, really, you was right on the first one, and which guys ain't really tripping. They're not nagging and nitpicking on the chicks they're trying to do. You was right on the first one
because it's not worth it.
I mean,
I don't see no dude nitpicking and complaining.
I mean, because y'all don't date men though. We date men, so we know about the naggers.
Well, what are the ages of these men that you find are nitpicking and finding any little thing to complain? Well, let me ask you this, Q. When's the last time?
No. You got to frame the question, though, Rilla. So you got to frame it in that men that are looking to leave, right? Not men that is on the verge of a breakup, but men specifically that are looking to get up out of a relationship. How do they operate?
Some of them just cheat. Some of them act like they're smelling themselves and they could find better, or they start complaining about everything. They find issues and find fault with things that they weren't finding fault with before. And to Rilla's point, I think I actually do agree with the post, because I think when we're done, it's kind of like, when we care, we want to be heard. When we don't, it's like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of complaining to you about it anymore? It's like you kind of exhausted. It's like, what's the point of saying anything if you're not gonna, either make the change or, it's not worth the fight anymore. But I think with guys, sometimes, they tend to, be comparing the woman that they're with to maybe the person that they're either stepping out with or wanting you to live up to or whatever. And that's why they end up complaining about things and finding stuff to argue about so they could go do what they got to go do.
Nope.
I think one thing. I was going to say, I think one thing that Rilla said was that
wait a minute, hold
women.
up, time out. Your feedback is low. Oh, Lord of mercy.
I don't know what it is. It sounds like somebody dragging. Never mind.
Can you hear me?
It's something with your feedback. Are you near a fan or something?
She froze. No. Oh no, she not froze.
We need an IT guy over here.
Ever since Vincent
Yeah.
Shane,
This
I've
is
been
the
getting a
last
little
show.
bit.
You hear me now?
IT man specifically for this.
Yeah. Go ahead, Vincent. See if somebody can coach you in the back real quick. Hey, Mr. Logic.
So you guys can
Logic
hear me
check.
now, right?
Yeah, we can hear
you
you.
good,
All right. So my thing is this: why is there an exit strategy needed? Why not just leave?
Because
mean,
they
if
got
women have
kids,
children-
they got history, got a lot of things.
If women have children and she depends on you financially, she has to make a plan. Where's she going, to a shelter? Like, she has to make a plan for herself if she plans on like taking her kids with her. I mean,
Right. So so aren't her children supposed to be first?
well, not
So
just her children, but her too. If she
But that's-
lives in a place where you pay the bills and she doesn't work or she doesn't make enough money to really support herself, then she can't just wake up the next day and be like, I'm out of here. Like, especially if she doesn't have family and support system, she has to figure out what she's going to do.
So then she's not in a position to leave them.
Is Kayla froze too?
Yeah, she
Yep.
is. Wait, Vince, let me ask Kayla a question.
I'm froze?
She
You are.
froze.
But Kayla, this is
Yeah,
important.
but that's normal. That's normal for Kayla.
Wait.
though.
Hold on. Kayla, why did you say she has to figure out something for her children and not their children?
That's crazy. Like,
Why
Their
did you-
children.
Huh?
That's what I meant.
But if you,
you said what you said, Bookie Boo Boo.
But
Okay, but I meant their children.
Okay.
And,
I'm just
and that's
asking,
where
I'm asking.
that's where it's mind-boggling to me, because it's like, if the two of us have children, I am the breadwinner, I make the most money, living with me makes the most sense. So if you don't want to stay, you can leave. Leave my children here. Leave my children. You can't afford to have my children. Leave them.
But see, the problem with your argument, fam, is that you're assuming that women think logically and women are more emotional, right? Women are more emotionally.
I agree with you 100%. But when it comes to children, you should always think logically.
No,
Always.
women don't even think logically when it comes to the man that they with, which is one of the reasons why they get with the wrong man a lot of times, because they become emotionally attached to that guy, which allows them to overlook a lot of different things and a lot of problems that is associated with that guy. And as a matter of fact, we know that women hope, or they look to upgrade a man, or they, you know what I'm saying, they date based off of what they think they can change a man into. And all of that goes against, or it flies in the face of logic, right? It flies in the face of them looking at things just logically. But at the same time, women are emotionally attached, and that's one of the reasons why they cheat in the first place. So you can't say, well, women need to divorce themselves from the idea that they shouldn't be emotionally attached to the kids and start thinking logically. That doesn't make sense.